Ooh, celebration. And the band. We love you! We do. I don't know how to tell you, but you guys are my gift. You know, it's like I come here on Sunday and it's just like, I know they're going to take me higher. You know, all is well. All is well. Thank you. All right, so I want you to think, when you were 4, maybe 5 years old, what'd you want to be when you grow up? Do you remember? I can tell you, when my brother was at that age, he was Superman in training. Yes, he was. And he had this magical cape, also known as a towel. But you could not tell him that it wasn't powerful and had magical powers to allow him to fly. And so for our family, there were lots of these scary moments as he climbed up on things and leaped off of furniture flying. I also talked to Carter this morning, and I said, well, when you were like 5, what did you want to be when you grew up? Peter Parker. But it's changed now because he's 6. So now that he's 6, he wants to do rapper. He wants to be a rapper. Rapper battle. I was like, all right. So, you know, when we're at that age, we're not programmed yet. We're not programmed to think that being Wonder Woman or Superman or Peter Parker may not pay our bills, may not provide us with the home that we reside in now. But as we grew up, we learned our parents' beliefs around money. We learned our parents' beliefs around money. And then, you know what? Our dreams changed. Our dreams changed. How many of you actualized what you thought you would be at 4 years old? Show of hands. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm interested. What is that? A dancer and choreographer. An organizer. Beautiful. And there was one over there. Singer, dancer, actor, coordinator. Lovely. Woohoo! Love that. Well, this author and clinical psychologist, Dr. Shefali Sabari, author of Awakened Family, writes this: our relationship to money begins pre-birth. Pre-birth. Families develop an archetypal blueprint around money and pass on values and belief systems that are profoundly powerful, but unconscious. So what did your family say about money? How about a penny saved is a penny earned? What else? What? It don't grow in trees. That's right. Money don't grow in trees. What else? You can't buy happiness. Money. Money, period. All right. Yes. How about more money, more problems? Yeah. It's not how much you make, it's how much you spend, or how you spend it, yes. What about money is the root of all evil? Money makes the world go round, yes. What'd you say? All right, nickels make dimes, dimes make dollars. Ooh, there's a lot of those. So a lot of these sayings may seem trite, may seem cute, but you know what's really interesting? They become quite powerful because they become ingrained in our thinking. Yeah? So I'm going to ask you to do an exercise with me. I want you to take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and I want you to think about your money. Think about your money. Is it enough? Where is it being held? Are you paying the bills? Want more? Okay, and then what feelings came up as you thought about your money situation? Peace? Panic? Anxiety, yeah. Security, insecurity. And it's really interesting because Kyle Cease, in his book, The Illusion of Money, reminds us that this is just a small exercise about your thought about money that created all of those feelings. The way you felt just now was caused by your judgment of a thought, not money itself, but your judgment about it. Your relationship to money is just a mirror of your relationship to yourself. What? Your relationship to yourself. And he goes a little farther and says, what you're actually feeling is a reflection of the fear and insecurity that is living inside of you all the time. You just happen to be noticing it externally through money. One of the reasons that I chose to have a book study on the illusion of money is because of the foundational energy of this book. It's looking at your unconscious programming that we've inherited around money, safety, and success. You see, we can take as many prosperity, 4T, whatever, plus classes that we want. We can say a gazillion denials and affirmations, but if your underlying belief is lack, that's not going to change your life. Did you hear me? That is not going to change your life. Why? Because it's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. That's not going to heal. That is not going to heal that broken arm when surgery is required. And it's a great analogy when we look at transforming consciousness. Slapping positivity over an unconscious belief of not enough or unworthiness will not change your life significantly. You know, I've been studying New Thought for over 30 years, and I've really come to the understanding that until we do our shadow work, until we look at those unconscious beliefs that drive us, we will continue to get stuck and not manifest to our highest potential. If we are truly to shift lack consciousness, one of the first things that we need to look at is the illusion that we have bought into regarding money. Money meaning success, meaning safety, meaning even happiness. Cease challenges us by reminding us that we are all brilliant. We are all brilliant and creative geniuses. But there's programming that we have endured that makes us believe that that is not true. We've bought into a limited story about who we are, that there are limited resources available only for a certain few. And while we hold on to all the excuses that disqualify us from our totality, any arguments that our minds conjure about why a rich, juicy, fulfilling life can't be ours is the limited part of us that bought into the belief that we're here to play small. And those arguments in our mind will sound like, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too short, I'm too tall, or I'm not pretty enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not smart enough. And the reality is that the universe knows you are a magnificent creation. All you need to do is remember the truth. And in remembering the truth, Kyle says this: in that space, new aligned circumstances will start to show up. Show up in your life because you no longer are being blocked with the mental illusion of your own limitation. And although that this is true, how many of us spend our energy, our time, focused on things that we cannot control? You know, worried and obsessing about what somebody said about us, someone who doesn't like us. If people would just do what I want them to do, right? What our mother and father did or did not do. Even what a political party said or didn't say. Like we have any control there. And all this energy is spent about worrying about the outcome that we have no control over. And it begs the question, well, how much energy and joy would you have if you were focused on your present knowing and worthiness? What would you create? What would you bring into existence? What would you breathe life into? Because you see, when we are focused on external validation to give us our worth, we end up chasing the next bigger thing to make us feel better, to make us feel worthy. And Cease tells us it is letting external circumstances define who we are and how we feel, instead of living from the inside out. If we're living from the inside out, then we are allowing our true essence to come forth and create amazing possibilities. Do you remember the first time that you wanted to design or something? It might have been a dress, it might have been a purse, it might have been jewelry. Why did you want it? Do you know why you wanted it? I can tell you why I wanted it. For me, it was pearl necklace and a Coach bag, right? Because in my mind, I now would have status. As I walked the streets of New York City, I would be somebody as I walked down the roads. So where did I get that belief from? I got it from society, watching my coworkers. Oh, and let's not forget the marketing industry, right? Can you just remember like a few weeks ago with the Christmas pressure of marketing? Every kiss begins with K. Oh, so if he really loved you, he'd be buying you that diamond, right? Or give yourself a Christmas to remember. Only if you buy the Lexus, right? You see, our society is based on consumerism. It's how America makes money. And the programming tells you that for you to be successful, you better be keeping up with the Joneses, right? And then marketing tells you that owning this house, this car, this designer label, this tech product is going to make you successful. And in those moments of attaining that treasure, yes, there is that fleeting moment of excitement, and then followed by the next thing that you're chasing. And as you're chasing those external promises of happiness, it stops you from creating a life of freedom. How many times have you worked jobs that you've hated? Come on, people, put your hands up. How many times have you worked jobs that you've hated in order to buy the things that promises you success? But then you feel so beat down by working this job that you have no energy left for joy, for really living life. And perhaps you listen to your limited self and to those thoughts that convince you that you have to work for survival, for security. And Cease, once again, challenges those limited thoughts. He writes this: one thing that causes us to live in this perpetual state of unconscious fear around money is the belief that money equals security. In our attempt to create a sense of safety and security through money, we're actually creating fear within ourselves that is blocking our ability to allow new possibilities to show up. What we forget, my friends, is that everything in life is temporary. Our lives are temporary. And real security happens by being in that present moment, living from the inside out, being in that state of appreciation and love allows us to be with what is. Be with what is while knowing we are more than this situation we're going through. And cease mirrors my understanding that limitations of our unexamined beliefs, what it does to our lives. He writes, there is an entire system of beliefs that have been cutting you off from the infinite level of abundance, which goes way beyond money, that is available to you in each moment. You know, one of the most important things that we can give ourselves when we do this work is the acceptance and then unconditional love for all of our emotions. So often in our emotions, what we've done is we've divided these emotions over here, happy, joy, excitement, peace. These are acceptable feelings for us to have, while the ones over here, such as anger, hurt, resentment, these, no, we abhor these, and we stuff them as far down inside of ourselves as possible so that we don't even see it ourselves, furthermore, other people. But what if all the running, all the chasing those external validations to feel successful, to feel worthy, to feel enough, has been used to stop us from feeling those hidden emotions? You see, the happiness and security that we've been chasing can never be found externally. There'll always be that void. There'll always be that space that doesn't feel like it's getting filled up inside of us. The thought that maybe this one thing, this one other thing, this next thing will make us feel better. The truth is, until we turn around and face all of the emotions that we've been running from for so long, face them with love and compassion, we will always be seeking validation externally. And my last quote today from Cease. It is this practice of constant acceptance and emotional release that allows us to change channels and move into a new vibrational dimension. There is literally an experience of seeing a completely different world where every moment has so many more possibilities, where abundance is a natural state of being. This, my friends, we're talking about really is the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're talking about here. There is something in our DNA that thinks the path to enlightenment and transformation means that we're comfortable and we just revel in the status quo. I gotta tell you, that's erroneous. That's not true. Transformation, true transformation is an uncomfortable and challenging path. It's really about peeling away those layers of dead skin to reveal the beauty beneath. And the analogy here is the dead skin is really those old beliefs that are not of truth, that are no longer serving you. And then the beauty is that you are the glory of God in every way. So we come to unity not to rest on what we learned. We come to Unity Church of the Hills to evolve our consciousness. It's in our vision. It's in our mission. We talk about transformation. Transformation doesn't happen by just sitting in comfort. It just doesn't. It requires us to take action. So this week, I'm inviting you to do an assignment. Books are available, The Illusion of Money. They're available in our bookstore for the same price as Amazon, $12.79. I think you can afford it. And on page 29, there's an assignment there that Cease asks you to write down 20 beliefs you have around money. 20 beliefs you have around money. Write them down. This isn't just in here, it's writing them down. And then watch yourself this week. Watch how it comes out. Watch how it is showing up during the week. And this isn't a time of judgment. The watcher is really the true essence of who we are. And the watcher is non-judgmental. It's unconditional love. My friends, this is the work of making the unconscious conscious. With me? So that's your homework this week. And I'm really excited about doing this book study because I really believe that it is in our belief systems that are unexamined where we tend to be in lack. So I'm hoping that this year, this January, marks the significant change in your prosperity consciousness.